Hello, everybody. We are looking at the book of Philippians, and today we're actually on day 24 of our journey through this book. It's an incredible book with lots of great things that we're going through, and we're in chapter 4, verses 15 through 19. Now, if you've missed any of the sessions leading up to this, you can always check those out in the playlist. That's in the link to that's in the description below. But for today, we're really talking about who gets the credit. Who gets credit for the things that are being done, the exciting things that are happening in Paul's life? Who gets credit for that? Verse 17, Philippians 4:17 says, "Not that I desire your gifts," and this is Paul speaking here, "what I desire is that more be credited to your account." Now, these people of Philippi, they have sent gifts, my financial gifts, as well as actually an individual who delivered the letter, who was there and stayed and helped Paul as he was going through things. He was really trying to kind of, encourage Paul, be there, meet his physical needs, and really, like I said, be the hands and feet of the people of Philippi to Paul. It's been tremendous. Paul is incredibly grateful to the people of Philippi for all that they have done. And that's what he's kind of saying as he's closing out this letter. He's saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything you've done for me. And then what he ends up talking about, he's saying, hey, look, I've learned to be content in every situation. And I know that part of that being content is being able to share these burdens with you. And that's part of what makes me content. And God has everything. Verse 19 talks about, God supplies all his needs according to his riches in Christ Jesus. So Paul understands where everything comes from. It all comes from God. But he also realizes the sacrifices that the people of Philippi have made so that Paul can have these incredible things. They've made sacrifices. And while Paul knows that God sees, God sees. God saw those. Even if this had never been recorded in history, God would see, and God would reward the people for their sacrifice and their generosity. That's important. But Paul calls it out because he's like, look, I understand that God is the one who gives credit for this, but I'm also going to call out and say thank you. Thank you for what you've done. You should get credit. You deserve credit for what you have done to help me out. Here's what we need to learn about this, and where we need to think about this. We do a lot of things, and in our society and day and time, it's very important often who gets credit. Who is the mastermind behind some plan or some idea, some effort that's come forth? Who gets the credit? Now, what Paul is wanting people to understand is that, look, God sees, and God is ultimately the one that credits the accounts. He doesn't make any mistake. He never misappropriates credit to people. Everybody's going to receive exactly what they deserve based on what they've done. Now, Paul is saying, hey, I want to call it out because it's important to make sure that I'm giving thanks to you guys for what you've done and recognizing you. For us, we need to recognize God is the one ultimately that ascribes credit. We can't say, oh, no, that was me. That was me. It was all me. Look at me. I'm such a good Christian. Super Christian right here. We can't do that. God knows and God sees. And what Paul is saying is he's crediting them. He's not calling out, look at me, look at me, look at me. He's saying, look at them, look at them, look at them. Who are we calling out that deserves credit for the amazing things that have happened in our lives? Who do we need to say, that person, wow, they are awesome? God sees and God knows, and we aren't going to change that. But we need to be actively seeking to lift up other people and ensure that they get the credit that they deserve for the incredible things that God is doing through them. Who do you need to ascribe credit to today? Make sure you subscribe. Don't miss tomorrow. It'll be our last day in Philippians. So I will see you tomorrow morning. Thanks.